So it's good to be here at the Tech Cabals Moonshot for 2023. Let's meet you. Who you are, what you do, what you guys do.
My name is Daniel Osineye, founder and chief technology officer at Evolve Credit. So at Evolve Credit, we're building a suite of technologies that would help accelerate financial institutions. So starting from lending, credit, deposits, recovery, and other things in general. So yeah, it's a SaaS product. So we have a SaaS product, and our thesis is that for credit to be a useful commodity on the continent, we need to enable institutions, the lenders that don't have the resources to build their own technology. So if we can build it for them, they pay a small token and they have access to everything they need to run their business. So
for those who do not understand what SaaS means,
yeah.
let it not be that it's that SaaS.
It's an acronym for software as a service. We've built everything into one thing. So think about how you buy your device or anything. You have everything you need on your device, on the device, and you can configure it and to whatever you need and to make it do what you want. So SaaS basically works like that. So SaaS is short for software as a service. So we create the service and you can just pay a monthly subscription to access it.
So it's like you're the ones particularly chasing people for the money?
How do you mean? How do you mean?
So you build the software,
Yeah.
right? There's a software. Who are the persons who,
Use-
it's a B2B or a B2C?
Oh yeah. So I see. It's B2B. So
Okay.
we speak to the businesses and the institutions. So mostly microfinance banks and institutions and lenders that offer credits to people and offer other financial services like deposits and savings. So we give them all the tools they need to run that business so they don't have to worry about technology, basically.
I think during the campaign season in Nigeria for the 2023 elections, the ruling party president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he mentioned at some point that, he wanted Nigerians to, get loans to get things done, right? Credits. That's one of the major things, they talked about credits. How big do you think that space can become in Nigeria and on the continent, saying that we have not even scratched the surface of credit on the continent?
So in Nigeria, it's hundreds of millions of dollars credit gap. I don't have the specific number. On the continent is billions of dollars. So the credit gap on this continent alone is billions of dollars. And the reason is because credit is not a thing. So the amount of people you could give credit to, the amount of impact credits could make in the lives of people, considering the economic size of the country and the continent, has created that gap, right? So I think it can get very big. Based off the work we've done and what we've seen in the market, what I think is that, so two things. So first is credit is really going to get into the hands of people through businesses. I think it'll be more commercial loans, commercial financing for businesses and for supply chain, things like that first. I think it's really, really difficult for credit providers to offer credit to the masses, to the mass market, because of just the way the system is structured. There are no consequences for bad credit and things like that. So credit providers, loan providers are really, really struggling in that sense. So it's a long game. However, that's why we exist. So we exist because we believe that it will get if it's not going to get very big, I'm not going to be doing what we're doing. If it's not going to be a very big opportunity, it's not big today or as big, but the potential is massive. We're just scratching the surface. We have not even done that yet. So it could get really big.
Two things: regulation of the space and data protection and data privacy and the conversation around that. What's your take on these two things? More regulation? No, let's wait for the space to develop before we, get into regulation. And then data protection and privacy. Let's wait for the space to develop before we start fighting for that. Or let's build it into the systems now. And how big are you guys on data protection and privacy?
So for the first question, I think we can't wait, right? So I don't think we should wait to build the technology before the policies or the things. I genuinely think that the policies are going to help build the ecosystem. I'll give you an example. It's like in other markets that have credit as part of their lifestyle, it's because of the system. That's why it works, right? Nobody is necessarily trustworthy when it comes to money. Right. So, the reason credit works in other markets where it works is because there are consequences, and those consequences are not from the institutions that provide credit. It's from the government. It's from the larger system. Right. So, for instance, in the US, if I take credit and I don't pay back, I'm not able to buy things. I'm not able to do so. Like their existence, their lifestyle revolves around that. Now you can decide not to take it as much or not to leverage it as much. That's your choice. But if you're going to use credit, you have to be responsible. Now that does not exist. That cannot exist just by institutions like us, because first of all, we're profit driven for the most part.
Yeah,
Every individual institution, we do what is best for them. So collaboration is not just going to happen seamlessly. And you asked me about collaboration earlier. I could talk about that, but speaking specifically to policies and these things, I think they need to be like, it needs to happen. Like those policies are the things that will create the system to make sure that these services are available to people, and they know that if you take a loan, use it responsibly. Credit and loans are very useful to people and businesses. People should take it. I take loans for different things and I pay back. So people should use it. People should leverage it, but they should also know that it's not free money. So you take it, improve your life, and then you pay back. So I think policies needs to be now, right? Policy. And then on data privacy, everything needs to happen now, because it's like, if nobody's regulating me, there's a tendency that I'm going to mess people's data up. If nobody's watching me, if I know that nobody's watching me, I'll misbehave. There's FTX, there are all these things, governance. So I think that also should be a thing today, because if it's not a thing today, why do we think it's going to happen later, right? Maybe they can ease it off and give technology startups like us a little bit of leverage to experiment and innovate with access to tools and things, but I don't think it should be like, let's wait. We're going to, like, a lot of people are going to do lots of wrong things, and we're going to get in a bigger trouble, I think.
Okay. Thank you. I look forward to having this conversation properly, on maybe one of our podcast shows or whatnot. But for now, Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm happy to have done this with you.